What if I told you the secret to feeling amazing every morning wasn't about sleeping more, but sleeping smarter? Well, today we are going to dive into the science of efficient sleep. I'm going to show you how to wake up feeling genuinely refreshed, totally energized, sometimes on even fewer hours than you're getting right now. You know the feeling, right? I mean, you did everything by the book. You got your 8 hours, but you still wake up feeling like you got hit by a bus. Your brain's all foggy, you're smashing that snooze button for the third time. Yeah, that specific, super frustrating feeling is exactly what we're going to solve today. And this is why it's so confusing, isn't it? You might see someone who seems to thrive on 5, maybe 6 hours of sleep, waking up completely wired, while your 9 hours leave you in total zombie mode. It seems completely backward, but it just goes to show you a crucial truth. It is not about how long you are in bed. It's all about the quality of rest you're actually getting. And that, well, that's where things get really interesting. Okay, so here's the big misunderstanding. We tend to think of our bodies like a smartphone, just plug it in all night, and you're guaranteed a full charge. But think about it this way. You can have your phone plugged in for 10 hours straight, but if the charger's kind of faulty or the connection is loose, you're still going to wake up to a dead battery. It's the exact same thing with sleep. You can spend all night in bed, but if the quality of your sleep is garbage, you're just not going to feel recharged. So the secret, the real key to waking up refreshed, is all about understanding the architecture of your sleep. Your brain and body go through this specific, repeating pattern every single night. It's like a dance. And if you can just learn the steps to that dance, you can wake up feeling absolutely amazing. And that pattern? It's called a sleep cycle. The best way to think about it is like a super sophisticated car wash for your brain and body. Each part of the wash does something totally different, and you have to go through the whole sequence to come out clean and sparkling on the other side. If someone pulls you out halfway through, you're just left all soapy and confused, right? So let's look at how this builds. Inside each cycle, you've got these different stages. Stage 1 and 2, that's like the pre-wash. You're just drifting off, everything's slowing down. Then you hit the deep clean, stages 3 and 4. This is where your body does all the heavy lifting, repairing muscle, releasing growth hormone, and literally flushing junk out of your brain. And finally, you get to the wax and polish, REM sleep. This is all for your mind, locking in memories, processing emotions, and of course, dreaming. So how long does one full car wash take? On average, it takes about 90 minutes. Now, this isn't some random number. It's the natural rhythm for your brain to complete one full journey through all those stages. This number, this is the key to everything. And this explains everything. That horrible, groggy feeling has a name. It's called sleep inertia. It's like trying to start a car on a freezing cold morning and immediately slamming on the gas. It's going to sputter and stall. That's your brain being ripped out of deep sleep. But if you wake up at the natural, light sleep end of a cycle, your brain is warmed up and totally ready to go. Okay, so now that we get the science, let's get practical. How do we actually use this stuff? Because this isn't about look. You can literally design a night of high-quality sleep. And it all starts with your pre-sleep routine. A super simple and a really effective rule to remember is the 3-2-1 method. So 3 hours before bed, no more big meals or alcohol. Your body needs to focus on repair, not digestion. 2 hours before bed, no more work. Your brain has to switch off from problem-solving mode and actually unwind. And the big one, 1 hour before bed, no more screens. That blue light from your phone is like a shot of espresso for your brain. It actively stops you from producing melatonin, which is your natural sleep hormone. Next up is your environment. You literally want to turn your bedroom into a sleep cave. For darkness, I'm talking pitch black. Think blackout curtains, maybe a good sleep mask. For temperature, your body's core temp actually needs to drop for you to get into deep sleep. So aim for a cool 16 to 19 degrees Celsius. And finally, quiet. Use earplugs or a white noise machine to block out any sounds that might wake you up. Now let's talk about the silent killer of great sleep, caffeine. I know, that afternoon coffee feels essential, but it's like this little gremlin that sneaks into your brain and just wrecks your deep sleep hours later. Even if you fall asleep fine, studies show that caffeine can slash your deep sleep. That's your physical recovery phase by up to 30%. That is a huge hit to how rested you feel. Okay, but what if your body is tired, but your mind is just racing? Here's a famous technique. Let's just walk through it. First, you systematically relax every single muscle in your face, your jaw, your tongue, the little muscles around your eyes. Now, drop your shoulders as low as they can possibly go and just let your arms go totally limp. Exhale, relax your chest, and then let that feeling of relaxation flow all the way down into your legs. Once your body is completely still, just try to clear your mind for 10 seconds. Seriously, with a little practice, this is unbelievably effective. So you've optimized your evening routine. You had a fantastic night of high-quality sleep. But the job's not done yet. How you wake up can literally make or break how you feel for the rest of the day. So let's talk about how to wake up feeling like $1,000,000. This is where we use our magic number, 90. Instead of just picking a random wake-up time, you plan it. So for example, let's say it takes you about 15 minutes to fall asleep and you want to wake up at 7 a.m. You just count backwards in 90-minute blocks. So you'd want to be in bed, ready for sleep by 11:15 p.m. to get 5 full cycles. This pretty much guarantees your alarm goes off at the end of a cycle, when you're in your lightest phase of sleep. Okay, the second your alarm goes off, your very first action is critical. You have to resist that urge to grab your phone. That blast of blue light tells your brain it's the middle of the day and can throw your internal clock off completely. Instead, get 10 minutes of natural sunlight. It is such a powerful signal to shut down melatonin and trigger a healthy cortisol release to make you feel alert and awake. Need to clear out that last little bit of sleepiness right away? These aren't just old tricks. There's real neuroscience here. A splash of cold water or a quick, intense burst of exercise triggers a release of dopamine and noradrenaline in your brain. And those are neurotransmitters that are directly tied to focus, mood, and alertness. It's like an immediate jolt of clarity for your brain. So, as you can see, we've covered a ton of ground here, from sleep cycles to evening routines and how to wake up right. But at the end of the day, this isn't just a list of tips and tricks. It's about a fundamental shift in how we think about sleep itself. For way too long, we've been sold this idea that sleep is for the weak, that you have to grind late into the night to be successful. But the absolute truth is, sleep is the ultimate performance-enhancing tool. It is the foundation of everything you do. The real winners aren't the people who stay up the latest, they're the ones who wake up with the most clarity and the most energy. So if you remember nothing else from all this, remember this one thing. The goal is not to get more sleep. The goal is to get more from your sleep. It's not about how long you're unconscious. It's about how well you are resting and recovering. And that is a lesson that can genuinely change your life. So I'm going to leave you with this question. Which one of these tools are you going to put into action tonight? Are you going to try the 3-2-1 method? Maybe you'll calculate your wake-up time based on those 90-minute cycles. Just pick one thing. Try it tonight and see how you can win your morning tomorrow.